I feel like children are definitely some of our most vulnerable consumers, and they need a voice. My grandfather was a staple in the community, watching how he stepped up for the kids in the community who didn't have a father figure. So that concept of family probably has been the greatest motivating factor for me to embrace this whole system of working with children the way I do.
I love to have a parent come in and say, well, now I'm a manager, and by the way, now I bought a house, or I have my own car. I'm happy. I'm a good parent. I'm having the best life I can, and my children are happy.
I was always raised to believe that families should support family, and that as a community, we should try to support and uphold families.
I decided to join the child welfare system because I come from a big, loving, and supporting family.
I wanted to make a difference in people's lives. I felt that everything that I had went through as a child, or even everything that I went through as a relative caregiver with case management in my home, and even going through investigations myself with the kids, that was an experience.
I started in the child welfare system under the premise that I needed experience. My number one job was child protective investigator.
I came into case management 9 years ago. I started as a case manager with Kids First in Clay, and I haven't left. It started as a response to a job as an interest, and it's a passion.
I felt like I had a calling for something different. And working with children, I thought, is where I could have the greatest impact. You can have impact on a child just by letting them know someone cares. Because like I said, when I look in their faces sometimes, what I feel as if no one has ever told me that.
I've been working in social service field since 2002. I originally started as a support role. What I realized in working in the field, that I gained great satisfaction from helping others.
Well, it was a job I applied right out of college, an abuse counselor position. My father, he was a protective investigator down in Hillsborough County for 10 years. My father come home, he had a smile on his face. He had a long, hard day, but he knows he saved some lives.
To see the faces transformed in front of me, that's what makes the tough days, the days that make me feel like we've done good.
Where it comes to me bridging that gap between the child and the family, trying to correct the behavior of the family and also uplift and make that child safe, I really try to make that child understand that I'm there for them.
Children are innocent, and they come out on blank slates, and what they go through in life is what they become. And I just want to be that why for them. Why I keep pushing although I'm being abused. And I've met a family that they had their child in state custody and was removed from the home. I decided then that, I can be a part of, if I can be a part of that system, I can better help a child in need.
I wanted to take that experience and I wanted to do it differently for other families. I found out that, I can't help everybody that comes in my path, but what I learned was, that I could help just that one person.
As I'm talking, I can see their heads raised. I can see their eyes open. I can see them now looking at me in my face.
That individual that you're probably helping out probably hasn't had any sign of hope, and then when you come into the picture, you just might give them that motivation.
He taught me a lot about this when I was in college, when I was getting my degree. It's ingrained in me as just a human being. Having that ingrained in me, knowing that, I can make a difference.
I want to be that one person that makes a difference in that child's life. I want to be the reason why a child's life that was traumatic turns out positive in the end, and the reason why they give back when it's their turn to.
One child that I work with, I actually remember her name because that moment was just that important to me. She was about 12, so that was 5 years ago. I recently ran into her a couple of months ago.
And I stay in touch with people. I hear from people 15, 20 years later how well things are going. That's for me, success, that they are succeeding, they are helping others. That's the amazing thing. I have them say, well, I'm now a juvenile probation officer because I want them to succeed.
Kids are kids, and they love their parents.
It's because I try to give them hope. I try to let them know whatever you've done in your past, that can change. You can turn this around. I know you want better for yourself.
I was walking to my car, and she had already left. She came back to the store, had her parent bring her back to the store, and as I was walking out, she stopped me, and she just thanked me for putting her in a better situation.
If I can tell you the secret of how to do this and have little stress and reap all of the rewards that come with you being their kid and them loving you to death, why in the world would I not give it to you?
That's all I wanted growing up myself, and so I felt that that was my goal. My goal was to, come back and really make a difference and not let the abuse I endured or my past break my future.
As a case manager, I placed this child in relative care and saw the case through to adoption. And at the adoption finalization hearing, the caregiver gave to me a picture frame that was personalized that said, "Thank you for my family," and the child's handprint. And I keep that in my office just to remind myself every day that this is why we do what we do.
I get such joy out of that, and to see that we can get out there and we can help people, to be able to jump in to assist them, that that keeps me coming back. Our children are priceless, and to have our department be there for them just absolutely means the world to me.
It was very satisfying. It was very touching. It was very moving. It was very emotional. I think I got in my car and I cried. But it's moments like that that encourage me to go on.
Is, when I see that they feel as if, okay, someone is telling me something positive and maybe something I can hang on to.
Being able to care for children in a way that sometimes they're not being cared for.
My day-to-day mantra is I don't have to wear the cape. I don't need to be the superhero. I don't need to have the spotlight on me to say, yay, I did it. I have to recognize that there's a calling so much bigger than myself.